German Chancellor Olaf Scholz remains steadfast in his refusal to provide German-made long-range Taurus missiles to Ukraine, even as the United States alters its approach to military aid. The Biden administration's recent decision to allow Ukraine to deploy U.S. long-range missiles, including the Army Tactical Missile System, inside Russian territory has not swayed Berlin's position. Scholz's hesitation stems from concerns about escalating the conflict. A government spokesperson clarified, there are certain limits for the chancellor. He does not want these long-range weapons to be delivered. This position will not change. Despite the US and other allies, including the UK and France, greenlighting similar support, Scholz remains cautious. The chancellor is strategically positioning himself as a leader focused on preventing further escalation, with his re-election bid looming ahead of Germany's February 2024 elections. Traditionally, Germany and the United States have coordinated their military support for Ukraine, ensuring a united front. However, Scholz's reluctance to supply Taurus missiles marks a rare departure. While Washington backs Ukraine's efforts to counter Russian advances with Army Tactical Missile System and other resources, Berlin remains reluctant to follow suit. Other German politicians have voiced contrasting opinions. Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, representing the Greens, endorsed the U.S. decision, emphasizing its alignment with international law. Meanwhile, Friedrich Merz, leader of the opposition Christian Democratic Union and a potential candidate for chancellor, criticized Scholz's stance, suggesting he would approve such aid if elected. Scholz recently engaged in an hour-long phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, their first direct interaction in nearly 2 years. Scholz described the conversation as an effort to encourage diplomacy. However, critics argue this approach risks undermining international efforts to isolate Russia. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk dismissed the call as insufficient, advocating for more concrete actions. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also expressed concerns, warning it could open a Pandora's box and weaken global opposition to Russia's aggression. As the war continues, reports indicate Ukrainian forces in the Kursk region face a buildup of 50,000 Russian troops, including North Korean soldiers. With heightened stakes, international support for Ukraine remains critical. The divergence between Germany's cautious stance and other nations' proactive measures underscores the complexities of balancing military aid and diplomatic restraint.